So, first test with the drift at night. I've also, because of the 10-hour upload to YouTube yesterday of my first attempts, I've also just knocked this down to 30 frames per second on 720 just to do a quality comparison and upload comparison and iMovie and all that sort of thing. I made those settings yesterday, and then had a play with it on the way to work this morning, but when I got to work the camera was dead, so I'm not sure if that's a problem with the way I charged it last night. I've put it on a powered USB rather than hanging off the side of a keyboard, which, although it suggested it was charging, maybe didn't charge it well enough. So tonight's another test just to see how much battery I can get out, battery life, and also I've upped the exposure to +2, being as it's dark, and I've also opted to come home through the town because I think there'll be a bit more ambient light around, whereas I'd normally just go sort of cross country lanes, which are all predominantly dark at this time of the night, time of the year. So let's see how we go. As per usual, roads are wet, and without wishing to try and glean any sympathy from anybody, I've just finished 12 hours at work, and I generally can't be asked to ride home, but yeah, we'll see. For some reason I absolutely hate this corner. It's slightly off camber, but I don't know what it is. Just don't get on with that one, because obviously I ride every other corner like a demon. I've not been through town for ages. In fact, I think this junction's changed quite dramatically since the last time I came through town. So let's see. Yep. A friend of mine's he's just bought a Ghost, I think it is. So we'll obviously be comparing notes for the next few weeks. But we also had quite an interesting conversation about the merits of having a camera on board, be it on a car or a bike, and how it affects your driving or riding styles, and obviously the issue of things like, you know, speed and all those sorts of things. And I'm not sure at the moment whether it's going to make me sort of more sensible, or whether there's a tendency, I don't know, to almost play to the camera. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that I'll just kind of, obviously it's new at this stage, but I'm hoping that give it a couple of weeks time, and you know, it'll be a bit sort of second skinnish and kind of forgotten about. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I've noticed a lot of the guys that are already vlogging, they do tend to fall in a sort of riding relatively sensible sort of bracket. I'm sure, you know, I'm under no illusions whatsoever that, you know, if the camera's off, then you know, that maybe changes, but you know, I've sort of, certainly the first vlog I did, I've just tried to sort of ride how I would normally, and you know, there are obviously legal implications as well. You know, I would like to say hand on heart that every single 30-mile-an-hour zone, you know, I stick to religiously, but I couldn't do that really, and I suspect that probably nobody else could. You know, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. The other interesting thing in my life at the moment is I've just been, I say I've been bought, I've actually ended up paying for it, but I've been bought an e-cigarette. So I've now got a bit of a quandary because I was going to pull in for some cigarettes here, but I've also acquired a bottle of e-cigarette fluid today. So I'm going to ride by, pretty much safe in the knowledge that if I desperately need a cigarette later on, all those little bits of baccy that have fallen out of my bag into my tank bag over the years, I'm pretty sure I can rustle up a quick smoke out of that lot. Might not be the most pleasant of things, but it'll get me through the night. But yeah, I'm quite looking forward to having a go on an e-cigarette. I believe I've acquired a bottle of cola flavoured fluid, whatever that's going to be like, I'm not sure. Quite a random swap for a tripod that I had at work, that I really had no use for whatsoever. And this guy had got some, he buys it in fairly large quantities. So I swapped him a tripod for a £3 bottle of jizz. So yeah, we shall see. We'll see how we get on. This is another road where the speed limits have changed virtually every time I come up, they seem to. Although in fairness, they have built a housing estate at one side which has kind of extended it. Can I be asked to filter? Yeah, be rude not. Oh well, still be rude not to. Right, so again on the testing of the drift theme, I think this is the outer extremity of street lighting for this particular area. So once we get off this roundabout, we'll be going into fully dark. So interesting to see how we go. That Golf wasn't too happy that I've just cut in front of him. He'll get over it. But now I'm guessing he's going to want to race me up the dual carriageway. Of course, I shall be a responsible adult and I won't bite. Oh, he's turned off actually. So yeah, we're into the fully dark bit now. So see how the light levels compare. I did put my first vlog up yesterday, which took 10 hours to upload, and I had my first comment from somebody who was in the States who said he liked it very much and would I subscribe to his channel, so I duly did. Although I did notice the cheeky sod didn't subscribe to me, so I'm not entirely sure what the convention for that sort of thing is, but we'll see.